Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another podcast. So today I am delighted to say I have the co-managing director of NORI HR. And today we're going to be talking about something that's very exciting. Well, I just want to clarify something. So I heard a rumour that possibly NORI HR is the only HR company to offer a fully white labelled service to any business. Is that rumour correct?
So we are the only company offering a fully comprehensive white labeled HR service. Effectively, what that means is at the end of the telephone, there's a human person that end clients can pick up the phone and actually have that discussion. A lot of white labeled HR products you see on the market are all software based, whereas we have that human interaction that people still love.
And why? So obviously you've seen a need in the market for this. So what's brought you to this? Is it that clients have asked? Is it that you've done market research? How have you ended up sort of being the first one and sort of breaking the mold and doing this?
I'm not sure, to be honest, because obviously the systems we've developed, just being honest, the systems we've developed
no, honesty
are kind of
is
very
good, especially in HR. We need people to be honest.
The systems we've developed have allowed us to kind of be bespoke in that sense that we can white label it. The potential is, without actually speaking to other HR companies, it could be that they don't want to take the risk, obviously the commercial risks. If you get it wrong, they may not have the systems, they may not have the manpower. Obviously there's a lot of HR consultants out there that are kind of happy with the client base that they've got, and they don't want to grow and they want to expand. In regards to kind of why there's a market for this service is because there's companies out there, for example, accountants, recruitment companies, health and safety companies who want to latch on a HR provision or passing referrals to HR companies when clients are asking them HR queries. And this is just an easy solution for them to go, actually, I can add this to my service offering. So then clients have more services under one company, which obviously supports retention, because I don't know about you, but once I've got quite a lot of services with one company, as long as I'm happy with the service I'm providing and the invoice and the pricing is right, then I don't switch, because it's just a headache to start kind of chopping and changing.
Yeah, absolutely. So just explain a little bit about what this white labeled service is. So what if I was so I'm an accountant and I come to you and say, I've heard the rumor, I want to know more. What do I get?
Right, let's say you've got SC accountants. So I'm just going to use your initials just for nice and easy.
That's fine.
And you go, right, got a nice client base. I'm doing their accounts. I'm doing payroll. I'm doing all of these aspects. And I hear, oh, Jason and Nori HR are doing a white label HR service. So I want to launch SC HR. So you come to me and you obviously talk to me and we guide you through the process. What it's giving you is that additional services. We're providing a service. All you need to do is sign up your clients on the SCHR, all of the training on what the packages include, how to pitch, how to talk to clients about the service. I provide all of that. So for example, I was in a recruitment company a couple of weeks ago that are looking to grow to 30 recruitment consultants, currently sat at about 24, and they're looking to push it out on this mass. So I went in, had about 6 training sessions in small groups and trained all their staff on what the service entails, how to pitch it, and how to look for opportunities to upsell.
Okay, and I would imagine for recruitment agencies, that's a really, really good upsell, because I've worked in recruitment in agencies and internal, and an internal recruitment role, you become very much involved in a HR department, whereas within an agency, it's quite transactional. You find a candidate and then, well, I assume it's still like this, but you find the candidate and then you're done. Everything HR-wise then gets handed over to the business you've recruited for. And you'll have smaller businesses that don't necessarily have the capacity to do that. So if a recruitment agency, you could offer the full package, you're taking all of that recruitment headache away, because recruitment essentially does sit within HR.
Yeah, effectively, yeah. Take it from the small business that's using the recruitment firm, and we'll use the recruiter in this instance. They'll either have the recruiter on a retainer or they're paying just for the one-off recruitment aspect. The recruiter then utilizes, well, have you got your contracts in place? Have you got systems in place? Is someone doing all of that administration for you? Potentially a lot of small business owners, me and Amrita have been there. previously, where you're wearing every single hat under the sun
Yeah.
and you don't have a big team. You know, a recruiter then says, listen, I can offer you a cost-effective solution to make sure we do all of this administration, we get the contracts in place, we get a HR management in place, we do the administration, everything is done for you, including right to work checks, because guess what? That's what we've done as the recruiter. We've already got that. We upload that. So for the small business owner, you're saving them time, you're
Yes.
improving the efficiency and the onboarding. And also, I always say, think about what first impression that makes to the new employee. So
Yeah.
you've got, before you've even stepped foot into the door, you've got an email with a HR management system. You can start booking annual leave. Your contract is there. Your company handbook is there. Company can create a bespoke welcome pack to say, you know, this is the team, these are your colleagues, this is what you're going to be doing. So there's
Mm-hmm.
different aspects and tweaks that, you know, first impressions really do matter. And then
Mm-hmm.
from the recruitment company, they're making a really good impression. Obviously, they've got this additional service,
Yeah.
but then our systems allows us to be a little bit cheeky and a little bit bespoke. So for example, when companies under our packages or under the white label packages as well, people join, we do all that admin. But when someone leaves, we also do the admin. So the end client tells us, or the
Mm-hmm.
white label company, about the leaver, and we
Mm-hmm.
administer the HR management system. But recruitment companies, for example, payroll companies, etc., they can get pinged with that as well. So they know then there's an opportunity to upsell, potentially replacing the person that's leaving. So they can get in
Mm-hmm.
touch with that end client saying, I hear someone's left. Do you need help replacing that position?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a good upselling opportunities for payroll companies and bureaus. It's a case of, well, actually, we're not waiting until the 11th hour to get all the information from the
Yeah.
clients about people starting or people leaving. We're getting pinged with that information as well as the HR team.
Mm-hmm.
So it just makes a lot of processes more efficient.
Yeah, and I think the point that you made there is it makes everything more streamlined for everybody involved. So, you know, it takes the headache away from the person who's essentially wanting to recruit. It takes the headache away from the recruitment agency because they're not having to deal with hoping that HR that they don't know are following, you know, making the process still streamlined when they get hold of the candidate. And also, like you said, for the end user, so the person who's been recruited, it's a totally streamlined process, and moving jobs is stressful. So to have that streamlined would make a candidate more likely to start than thinking, oh my goodness, like this isn't great. Do I really want to join this company? Like they don't really seem to know what they're doing. So yeah, I think it's a really good idea, and it's a really good idea to help business owners, whatever sector you're in, to help grow and expand their business, because you're giving your client an extra service. So it's going to build your relationship with them, and they're going to be more likely to stay with you and recommend you as well.
Yeah. And if you
Great
think of,
idea. Whose idea
yeah,
was
and
it?
we were messing about with systems. So, you know, Richard
Okay.
loves his systems and CRMs, and we were
Yeah.
messing about and we started playing around, and we just by chance came across this feature that we could actually manipulate to be other businesses in essence. So yeah, it was just kind of one of those moments where I went to Richard, could these be other businesses? And he's like, "Ooh." And then we started playing and we played with it for about a month, and then we stress tested it, and it's just kind of developed from there. And it's where we now have actually created a system, a bespoke system that is is foolproof from our
Mm.
point of view.
Yeah, it's a really good idea. And when did you actually launch?
So we've had an accountant that's been on for a year and a half now. So
Okay.
we've officially probably a year and a half, but we always wanted to make sure that the systems were robust,
Mm-hmm.
processes robust. We had everything in line. We had the right infrastructure. We had the right team and capacity that we could service this. So we're always about protecting the service levels. You know, we never want a
Mm-hmm.
client waiting hours to actually get
Yeah.
through. You know, we're always of the, the provision that if someone calls, we pick up the phone there and then. They're not
Yeah.
on hold for 20 minutes or anything like that. Because if someone's picking up the phone to a HR company, it's important to them. It
Yeah.
might not be the actual query might not be kind of like business
Huge.
breaking,
Yeah.
but it's important enough that they're taking time out of the day to pick up the phone and dial that number. So we want to make sure we're always answering the phone straight away.
Amazing. So just to clarify again, this fits with any any business model in any sector. It's not specific. It's an add-on that you would add on to your business. So if I was to do it and I was an accountant, it would be white labeled. So they, as far as they're concerned, it would be somebody in-house that's dealing with the HR. They wouldn't know that it was going externally to NORI HR.
Correct. And the same, we've had outsourced business development companies look at this because they're salespeople. All someone needs to do is be able to sell it either to an existing client base or new clients. The good thing about accountants, recruiters, health and safety companies, they've already got a client base. They've already got a potential pool of companies that are using them for other services warmed up. It just takes an account manager or someone to pick up the phone and say, listen, we're launching a HR service. Are you interested? And being able to talk through that service, which is where I come in when I do my training with the white label clients and their staff.
Yeah. And it almost looks like to somebody on the outside that your business is growing, because we're not just an accountant, we've got HR departments as well that can, so it almost, you know, and a lot of it is about impressions and what people think, and that's what job titles are for, and etc. But you know, you can be a director but there's nobody else there with you. But so you could say that you've got a HR you know, department, when actually the HR department is you, but it gives that vision of you being a larger, more established, more credible business.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it saves the white label companies that come on board. It saves them having to actually hire HR professionals. You know, you're talking cost to employer, anything from £3,000 per month plus.
Yes.
You know,
And you don't
instead of coming
necessarily
on and
need
then
somebody full time, do you? Like, you know, it
no.
might be, you know, like, you know, a company that's maybe got 4 or 5 employees. Do you need somebody there every single day dealing with HR? I mean, obviously some businesses will, but a lot of the time, like you said, it could be just the odd question once a week, or, you know, what do we do about these holidays? Or we've got a contract issue. Then you've got to pay somebody, what, 30, 40,000 pounds, I would imagine, a year to have somebody in house.
Yeah, whereas outsourcing is a whole lot more cost effective, right across the board. Outsourcing packages are more competitively priced for the end clients. A white labeled client using it instead of hiring an in-house individuals to provide the service to their clients are saving all of that cost to employers. So it's just a win-win all
Yeah.
round. You know, we're getting a white label client and an end client. The white label's getting profit on the markup they put on our services, and the end client is getting a service through their trusted company that utilize for other services, and they've got the account management through that. So if anything happens, then we know that they know they can trust that it'll be handled.
Yeah. Well, it sounds amazing. I mean, if anybody wants to talk to Jason, you can obviously find him on the Director's Choice platform under the HR section. He's also very active on LinkedIn, so I'm sure he would welcome you connecting with him and sending a message to him on LinkedIn. And obviously then they could go directly to NORI HR website as well. So thank you very much. I think it's a really exciting time for you. I think it's an amazing product and idea, and I think a lot of business owners would benefit from it. So I would recommend everybody to get in touch with you and find out a little bit more to see if it would work with their business.
I really appreciate that, Sam. Thank you
No
very
problem.
much.
And this isn't the last I'm going to say, Jason. So he is going to be recording a series of podcasts coming up very soon around issues that maybe business owners are experiencing at the moment. So definitely keep your eye out for them. But thank you very much for today.
Thank you for your time, Sam.
Thank you.